All right, I am back. We are back. Took a 5-day break there from streaming, but we are back. And today we're going to talk about how Tesla has dropped a ton of cheap, is that the right word? Cheap in it or inexpensive Model 3s available for sale. Let's talk about the prices of them. Do I think if they're a good deal or not? Should you actually buy one? And I guess like what I would want to pay for them. I guess we'll just take a look and see which one is like the best deal. And this is interesting that Tesla has kind of just decided to do this. They basically dropped the price on a ton of inventory. So we'll talk through it, of course. And if you have any questions on what you think, which one you should buy, or any questions on anything on buying a Tesla or selling a Tesla, drop it down in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts on that. But today we're going to get into it. We're going to see what is up. We're going to take a look at all the different vehicles that are for sale on Tesla.com for all the cheap Model 3s available for sale. But welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. My name is Dennis. If you're new here, I love talking about buying and selling Teslas, or like getting a good rate for financing on a Tesla. I've had 3 Teslas so far, a Model 3, a Model Y, and a Model S. So welcome to the channel if you're new, and hope you're enjoying it so far. But today's video is sponsored by my Calendly link. If you have any questions on buying or selling or even financing a Tesla, you can actually schedule a one-on-one call with me down below in the description with my Calendly link. And after you schedule the call, you actually get a link to my buying guide, which has all the links to the resources that I use and to get the best rate and how to buy a Tesla and sell a Tesla at the best price as well. So definitely check that out if you're interested. But let's get into let's get into the video after I roll my intro. But yeah, thanks for watching another video, another stream, guys. Let's just get into it. So let's talk about the Model 3 first. So the Model 3 is an expensive, very expensive car in my opinion. This is an interior photo, but it starts right now at $46,990. And if it says on Tesla's website, if you place a deposit right now, you're gonna get it in October, which is this month, through the next couple months to the end of this year's. I think Tesla's really going to try and push you to take delivery of a Tesla Model 3 if you put your money down now. So just be very careful. You're definitely not going to be able to push it till next year. So if you're waiting for some sort of tax credit or anything like that, do not put any sort of deposit. Do not give them any of your money right now, because they're going to try and push you to take delivery this year. And if you switch to the Model 3 Performance, they even bumped that time frame up to October to November of this year. So definitely super quick and not long wait. There's no longer a long wait time anymore for the Tesla Model 3, especially the Performance, and the Tesla Model Y Performance as well. But you can tell that the Model 3 long range has been grayed out for a little bit now, because there's speculation that they're going to change the pricing for next year for the tax credit. But you can actually get a 2023 long range Model 3. And I actually made a video about it the other day, or my last video on it, is how Tesla actually dropped a bunch of Model 3 inventory that are brand new, that are all 2023, that you can get this year if you so choose to do so. But I definitely don't recommend doing that unless you absolutely need a car right away. But I do not recommend doing that. But let's get into the meat and potatoes of this video. Tesla has dropped, and it actually has been dropped for like the past week on and off, and it must be because cars keep selling, or maybe they adjust the pricing or something. But if you go to Tesla's used inventory site, there are a ton. There was a ton, there is a ton. I wish there was some sort of data tracker on this. I couldn't find one off of the quick search, but if someone has one, please drop it in the comments. I know there's a data tracker that tracks how many inventory drops are available on the new car side for Tesla, but I have not seen one for the used car side. But this is crazy. Like, these are good deals, relative good deals, right? So we'll talk about that and how good of a deal it is. It's a good deal right now, but is it truly a good deal? I mean, on the surface level, these seem like slamming deals. 2020 Model 3 with 46,000 miles, which is not a lot in my opinion, in Carson, California. $39,000, $39,300 to be exact. So that's cheap. That's cheap. I would almost consider getting one of these because once you get into that 35K price range, that really makes sense for an electric vehicle, especially if it's a long range one. These standard range ones, or even standard range plus, definitely a little tight with the range. I would not recommend it so much if you drive like maybe even like a 20 to 30 mile commute one way, that you're going to really run into some range locks because you're not even supposed to charge the battery up to 100%. So you have to remember that you're really only supposed to charge it up to 80 to 90%. So if you have a Model 3 with a 250 mile range, you're not going to get that full 250 because you're not charged to 100% each and every single day. So there's a little bit of range loss because you're not charging to 100%. So that's really like a 220. And then if you start factoring, like if you drive a lot of highway miles versus city miles, then it's really 180. And you kind of get the idea. You're going to be charging pretty much every single day, which you should. If you have an EV, you should be charging every single day at home, in my opinion. But let's take a look. I mean, a lot of these on the surface level, great deals. If you can buy a Tesla in the 30K range, and some of these make sense to you, like this is the builds you want, like 34,000 miles, 35,000 miles. Both of these are in California. These are, great deals. I want to see it. Let me try and open up the zip code a little bit. So, and if you have a zip code out there that you want to throw into the chat, I'll definitely put it in there and see if there's any better deals out there. So I just put in a Maryland zip code because that's where we were born and raised. This seems like a slamming deal. I mean, a 2019 Model 3, which my first Model 3 was actually my first and only Model 3 was a 2019. And a 2019 Model 3 with 30,000 miles in Virginia for $35,000. That seems like a pretty good deal. Okay, so here we go. So there was an accident on it, which, I mean, I don't mind if I'm buying a daily driver, then almost a beater, but not really, like a really nice beater for the most part. I mean, this is a really nice beater, but you could kind of compare this to like a brand new Camry, a brand new Civic, a brand new Accord. I mean, you're not really comparing apples to apples there, but you're really comparing the price range. And am I going to buy a marked up a Honda Accord or a 2019 Model 3 for $35,000. When I say marked up, like most dealers in the past, for the past 6 months, were marking up over MSRP, so you couldn't necessarily get MSRP. But if you can get a discount on the brand new Honda Accord or used 2019 Model 3 at $35,000, I mean, that's kind of a hard bargain because, I mean, again, it's a new car versus a used car, but the gas savings, that's really where it's going to make a difference for sure. But let's jump into the comments, see if there's any other zip codes first. Michael Goldstein, welcome back. Let's see, there's an inventory sales website that shows prices. I don't recall the website. Okay. I almost bought a 2019 for, almost bought a 2019 Standard Range for $31,600. That is the best deal I have heard and seen so far. That is nuts. I want to put in your zip code. Okay, so your zip code is 1001. I bet that one did not last at all. Okay, so in your zip code, New York, I bet there's a ton of demand there, especially because I think in New Jersey, you're right. In New Jersey, none of those people that buy new EVs, electric vehicles, don't pay tax from what I hear, but I'm not sure about used one. If it also applied to used ones, that's a sick deal. That makes me almost want to buy a place in New Jersey and claim residency or something, or maybe even move to New Jersey. Who knows? But that is sick. That is sick. Okay. So most of these seem like pretty in line with the other ones. Like the lowest one at 37, no accidents, so pretty clean actually. Red is a premium color, not bad. Partial black interior. What does that mean? Is that partial premium black interior? So it's just black interior, maybe because of the headliner or something. But this isn't bad. This brings back some nostalgia because this was exactly my build. Red exterior with black interior that I had. It was a Performance Stealth, which was like a secret package that they had at the time, which was really cool because it was a performance car, but it didn't have any of the look. So you got kind of the price savings, which was actually a $6,000 difference between Performance and Stealth, which I thought was a great deal at the time. But this seems like a decent deal. I want to see one under $35,000 though. Let's see if we can find one. Okay, so Ben Flo 770 77027. Let's take a look. Model 3. Okay, nothing special here. Nothing special here. I guess let's look for two things. Let's find the cheapest Model 3 standard range available for sale from Tesla, not other sources, because this has probably decimated all the other used car dealers out there, and especially the dealerships and the mom and pop third party, because now that Tesla has just flooded the market with all these cheap, inexpensive Model 3s, this has probably just destroyed all of them for temporary, right? Until Tesla clears it all out. And then this might be a sign of what they're going to do. I mean, hopefully Tesla's not taking a huge loss on this. I mean, they probably needed the revenue jump to bolster whatever, but hopefully they're not taking a loss on each and every one of these cars, or if they are, hopefully it's a very small one. But if they are taking a loss on each and every one of these cars, that might change how lease returns are going to be handled, which would also change the market, because if people can buy their own car at the end of it and then resell it, or if Tesla doesn't force them to turn it back in, that's definitely going to have an effect on the market as well. But here's an interesting one. So a 2021, that's the newest I've seen so far for $49,000. This one seems to be a good deal as well. Long range, $46,000. That seems to be the cheapest long range I've found so far. But let's keep searching. Let's keep searching. Okay, we got some more zip codes in here. Michael Gorsley, car was gone within 2 hours. Yeah, that's a sick deal. $31,000. That's almost a no-brainer. Like I would be super tempted at that point just to get another Model 3 just for S and giggles, right? Shits and giggles, because that'd be funny to be like, I got banned from Tesla, but I still have another one. But yeah, I mean, who knows, right? Okay, let's see. 11793. Did we do that one? Let's do that. 11793. Let's take a look. Okay, 37.5. That's the cheapest one. Not too bad. That's pretty much in line. Actually, we already did that, right? Sorry. Let's go back here. 91776. Did I do that right? It's 91776. Okay, 2020. Okay, a newer version. Okay, these are the ones we saw earlier. So let's go back to this, because I was curious here. When we put in a Cali zip code, what's the cheapest long range? Because I don't think I could go back to another standard range now that I've actually given a thought on it. I think I drive way too much. But let's see. What's the cheapest long range available for sale in this area? Okay, so here's one, 2018, a little bit old. I mean, I think 2018 was like the first year Model 3. That's tough, because there's definitely going to be, just some ricketiness with it. And I think so that's a little bit old. I mean, but 42 for a long range, not a bad price, 42,000, but that is definitely a little old in my opinion. Michael Goldstein, there were several dozen under 35 all gone. Yeah, that's sick. I mean, I think there is a used Tesla aggregate, used Tesla shopping site that I think it tracks like the whole thing. It's like EV Go or EV, not these sites, like True EV. Let's see, used Tesla inventory search. EV something. It's like EV. Yeah, here we go. EV CPO. Let's try and find what's the cheapest used Model 3 available for sale from Tesla in the United States. That's what I want to know. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so right now, 34,400 right here. This is the cheapest one, and feel free to guys to use that site if you need it. It's a pretty good site. It's very granular, very kind of data heavy, no flashy pictures or anything. You can see here, you can sort it by used USA Tesla Model 3, and this is the cheapest. A 2019 standard range with 37,000 miles. I don't even know where this is at. Can't even tell. But it's available for sale somewhere in the United States on Tesla.com. So this is the cheapest standard range. Now I want to look, what's the cheapest long range? Because that's actually kind of my recommendation. Unless you really only drive like 5 to 10 miles a day round trip, I would not really recommend a rear wheel drive unless you just plan on just spending all that money at superchargers, because you're going to be spending a lot of money at superchargers. So let's see. I think I can sort this here. Let's see. Long range all-wheel drive. Actually, I don't even care about all-wheel drive. Let's just do both. Let's see. Save configuration. I don't think that actually worked here. Okay, we'll just do it the long. Okay, so here is the cheapest long-wheel drive. Oh, that's the one we found earlier. So the red one, not too bad. not too bad, I guess, for $46,000 with the red one. 22,000 miles, that's actually relatively low, but actually 2018, I don't know. I think I would stay away from this one. But you got to remember, guys, like these 2018 and 2019s, let's just take a 2019. When they first were originally for sale, so this is a Tesla price tracker that someone put together that tracks all the different new retail prices for Teslas when they're first sold. So in 2019 probably was sold for like around this time. So long range or short range, that's crazy. Those base prices were $39,000 at the time, and now they're still selling for $39,000 today. So if it's relative, like, is that a good deal? Like, maybe it's a good deal compared to everything else in the market, I would say, but that's still tough. And buying from Tesla, I don't really think gets you any sort of difference versus buying from anywhere else. There used to be a warranty where if you bought like a certified used Tesla from Tesla, you would get some sort of warranty, but I think they've since removed that and it doesn't really exist anymore. So let's take a look. So you get the basic one, which comes with anyone. So you get like a used limited warranty, like another year and 10,000 miles, which there's not going to be much that really happens, I would say. And most of these are within under 4 years anyway. So the basic one still is good. So it's really not like, unless this adds to the 1 year, 10,000 miles. So this makes it a 5 year, 60,000 miles, basically, give or take. So, I mean, not too much of a benefit there. There's other ways that you can buy warranties through other dealerships that would maybe give you a long one. But Teslas are pretty bulletproof in my opinion. So there's not much benefit to some of these that you're going to get from buying directly from Tesla, but huge inventory drops available for sale. Some of these, if I was Michael Goldstein and I saw some of those in the low 430s, like that might be just pull the trigger on one of those and just, hold your breath and take a gamble on it, because like you can't go wrong with a $30,000 Tesla Model 3. I mean, you could probably buy that, drive that for a few months and still be able to sell, because that just does not exist right now. I don't even think that exists like on the other side. So let's just take a look at all used Tesla Model 3 for sale, just all of them in the country, and let's just see lowest price. I mean, this can't be real, so this is probably a salvage. I mean, it's even at like a salvage lot right now. I wish there was a way to kind of sort this by like actual existing, not damaged or something like that. This is probably a scam because it's a private seller, but who knows, right? I mean, some of these look like they're legit. I've seen this dealership a lot, but 2 stars, we can't even trust that at all. Some of these are in the mid 30s. So it looks like the market is starting to correct on used Teslas, which finally it's going to happen. It was bound to happen. It's going to get even worse, ladies and gentlemen, by January of next year, which has always been traditionally a really low sales month for the new car side and used car side. All these Teslas are going to drop like a rock. So we're going to see a ton of these. We might actually see a 20,000, like a high $29,000 legit Tesla, not like a salvage one or something like that. But this is definitely interesting. Here's another data source that I'm going to pull up is Car Gurus. They track the list price of all used car like listing retail price, and you can see the 2019 Tesla Model 3 has suffered the most within the past 90 days at a negative 10% drop on the list price. So that's going to get even worse as we get through the end of the year and even the beginning of next year. But let's jump into some comments before we go into more data points, because I want to talk about we're going to go through how they're going, what these Teslas are going for at the auction as well, to see if we can see anything with a price drop. Robert A, I can't wait any longer for my car. Yeah, exactly. What do you have on order? I'm curious. Model Y, Model 3, what you got? Franz LB, for a new one preferably, also just join so you could get into tax credit, re-inventory, and the new features in the Model 3 from the Model Y. Nice. Welcome to the channel. Welcome. Are you comparing a Model 3 versus a Model Y? That's a tough one. I would probably prefer the Model Y. Tax credit, that's tough because there's rumors that Model 3 might get it, only the Model Y might get it, and maybe only half of it and not the full one. So we won't know, and I suspect Tesla will not say anything regarding the tax credit until January 1st of next year, because they don't want to mess with any of this year's sales. Robert A 90023, I think that's Cali, so we can skip that. Exactly what I was going to do. I have a 2018 performance Model Y. Nice. Well, nice. I saw a few 2023 Model Ys earlier. Yes, tomorrow I'm going to make a video on the Model Y because Tesla has dropped, not like dropped in price, but has dropped to made available the 2023 Model Y, which is early because that typically happens. So we're going to talk about that, what that's going to do to the market as well, because we're going to see a drop just like we're seeing now with these used Tesla Model 3s. We're going to see the same thing happening with the Tesla Model Y, and we're just going to go through it and talk about it and see if, I mean, I think Tesla is going to adjust the price of the Model Y because at $66,000, that's way too expensive. Rigo Garcia 93772. I'll humor you because I want to see what is available as well. Because I don't know what zip code that is. Is that another Cali zip code? Hopefully it is. Okay, so I think that's like a Nevada or Cali something because Carson is the first one that popped up. So we'll skip that. But Michael Goldstein, there were 2019 performance equities for 42K. That's another thing. You're right. Let's talk about that. Let's find one because used. So we're gonna pull up. Do they all just disappear? Wait, what? Hold on a second. We were just looking at some, right? Did they all literally just disappear? Okay, Tesla's like playing games with it, and they playing games with us. They do this. They will refresh their inventory. They'll make them go away and come back. I think it's like their strategy. It's probably not their strategy, but if I were to suspect, maybe it's their strategy to like build hype because cars disappear and come back. But it's probably just refreshing the inventory because people put deposits down, people start to fake, they get cold feet, so on and so forth. But I want to see because I want to see if there's any performance ones because I think I did see that. I saw that a post somewhere where there was a performance Model 3 with full self-driving for like $42,000, and that was a slick deal because if you really want that performance, the speed and everything, and full self-driving, which even if you pay for it, you're not going to get into the beta right away, but at an inherent value of $15,000 or $16,000 that it actually is right now, maybe it's a good deal. But I mean, who knows, right? I don't put any value on full self-driving, but maybe you get one. You're going to have the old hardware computer, so it's not really going to do anything that they say it's going to do for years because there's going to be more updates and all that stuff before actual full self-driving is going to be out there. So you will have to pay for some sort of update. But I want to see if I can see one available still for sale. Let's see. So if I go to performance and take out long range, because I just want to see all the performance ones. Can I see what's the cheapest? Can I see what's the cheapest? No. Okay, so maybe this is just the cheapest then. Performance one. And does it have full self-driving? Because you can actually tell full self-driving capability. So this one has full self-driving. So a 2019 Model 3 long range all-wheel drive performance, not bad. $46,000, $53,000, a little on the high side, but I'm still okay. I would buy this and drive it to 80 to 90,000 miles for sure, but still not bad. Full self-driving, if you kind of feel like that's worth it to you and you're crossing your fingers for the beta, because this is most of the features of full self-driving right now is mostly a party trick in my opinion, like just showing your friends and stuff like that. But this is not bad. I mean, 2019 Model 3, I basically had one of these, but it was a stealth, so I didn't have all the bells and whistles, but you get the good range. You could swap these rims out for something else. I mean, this, you know what this actually is a really good idea for? This is a fantastic Turo car. Like, because you're already getting a cheap price, it's got high miles, so you can really just mile this thing out, and you'll still probably be able to get like maybe we're from $100 to $200 a day for rental for this, depending on your location and demand and stuff like that. I'm not saying do it because Turo is definitely, just like Airbnb, Turo has probably gone down with a lot of demand, but this would be a good, if you're trying to get into the Turo business, do not buy a brand new Tesla because you want to buy a used one that's been, you know, dinged up and driven, especially 3,000 miles, and just Turo the hell out and just not care. Because if you Turo a car, if you're going to Turo your car, you cannot care about it because when you Turo a car, it's a rental car. It will get dinged. It will get damaged. It will get curbed and all that stuff. Okay, so let's see. Whoa, a lot more comments. Watching you live from the supercharger. Watching you live. Oh, thank you. Hopefully you're charging well. Hopefully you're paying good kilowatt rates, and hopefully you'll be able to get on your way to the next one. Shark, greetings. Della and Antonio, I have the Model Y coming within the next month and afraid I might not get approved for financing. I'm told you have to make $100 and get finance for it. No, you don't have to make $120,000. Usually, I think rule of thumb is definitely put 10 to 20% down. 20% down is going to get you approved a lot more easier. And I think you really just have to make in income what the price of the car is. That's not, Dave Ramsey advice. Like, you shouldn't buy a car that's equal to your income, but you need to make what's equal to the car price to get approved for it. I'm not saying you should, because that's not good personal finance. But if you can swing it, if you can justify, and you're driving a lot and you pay a lot of gas now, or if you have a plan, whether that plan equals turboing it or something else, then you can really justify it. You got to have a plan at the end of the day. Benflo, what's still the best credit union for financing one? That's a great question. I made a video about it last week. Go watch that video or schedule a call with me down below in the description down below. Text unboxing. Hi, welcome to tonight's stream. But yeah, so let's get into the second part of the video. We're going to look into the auction values of the Tesla Model 3, the used market, to see if there's any drop in price, because Tesla just released this. I think they released it on Monday of this week. So there's been a little bit of selling. And so this has definitely had an effect on the market, especially in the auctions, because dealers will see this. They're hopefully quick to react. But let's see. So we have it set right now to 2019 Tesla Model 3 long range, and the base MMR price. So that's like the price that the Manheim says that other deals that you should probably be able to get if you ran your used 2019 Model 3 at the auction, $38,000. So here's some actual price sales at the auction this past week. You can see there was a couple of days ago, and then one in midweek, and then early in the week as well, but not really maybe that was even last week. But you can see it looks like it didn't really affect it. I mean, these are all kind of in the mid 30s. So dealers are buying these vehicles from other dealers and then going to resell them. So it doesn't really look like there was much effect here. So maybe the dealers at Manheim didn't get the memo yet. But this one, of course, that's super interesting. That's the lowest one on the book right here, or that ran the auction, $34,000 with only 23,000 miles. But you can see the grade of it condition at a 1.9. That's like really bad. It's on a scale of 5. So 1.9 must mean like tires are shot, all rims are curved, there's some body dings, damages, dents, who knows. Yeah, definitely interesting. So let's switch this to 2020, because I want to see if there's any movement at all. And it looks like 2020 is also in that same price. So there's really no difference between a 2020 and a 2019 and a 2020. But this is funny, actually. Holy crap. One of them ran and sold for $29,000. So there's a $20,000 used Tesla Model 3 does exist, the 2021. But of course, this one had 104,000 miles, but it had a good grade. I mean, condition 4.1 out of 5. I mean, this car must look amazing for 100,000 miles, but that is actually really funny. I mean, that's a deal right there. I would touch that all day. I would go for that, and that's funny. That might be someone's car. Is that Kilowatt's car? Because I know Kilowatt had a really high mileage one that he sold probably to an auction, probably to a dealer. But that would be funny if that was Kilowatt's car that the dealer just could not sell and just decided to dump it. That would be hilarious. So let's see, let's switch it to 2021. Prices still go up, but it's not looking like it's not making too many increases. Here's one for $39,000 with 24,000 miles, but a pretty low condition. So it looks like the 2021 Tesla Model 3s are in the mid to high 40s. But this is where, so if we switch it to 2022s, this is where we should see some price decreases from what it was before. So it looks like before they were in the mid 50s to low 50s, but now they're kind of still in like that lower 50s, but trending down to 49. But there's also not a ton of volume coming through the auction, I guess because dealers are kind of hold on to them as much as possible. But let's switch. So now that the 2023 is out, can we actually pull up? No. Okay, so not yet. We can't pull up a 2023 Tesla Model 3 just yet. But tons of inventory. To recap, tons of inventory available for sale in the Model 3, the used one. A lot of them in the mid 30s. And as you guys have pointed out, there's some also available that have dropped and sold immediately in the low 30s, which those are good deals, I would say. But let's see. So Della, I got in at 58,995. So decent, not too bad. Model Y, that's a decent price, but you got to be careful because you got to make sure it's a 2023. Then I would definitely buy it. If it's 2022, I personally wouldn't buy it because that's already a 1 to 2 year old car already. but that's all upon you. If you need a car, then 100% go for it. If you have any style, if you bought a house, you can probably get a Tesla. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Yeah, if you have enough income to be able to afford a house payment, to get approved on a house payment, you'll definitely be able to get a Tesla. But maybe not like, I mean, that's tough because some Tesla, especially the Model Ys with taxes and fees and everything, they can get really up there, 70, 80K, which can definitely be up there and expecting. Text, Amoxie, did you know there are 2023 C-Test 2023 model years? Yes, 2023 Model 3s are available, and also 2023 Model Ys are also available. We're going to talk about Model Ys tomorrow, so definitely hit that like and subscribe if you want to join the channel, join the discussion tomorrow. But thanks for watching tonight's video, guys, and talking about the Model 3s that have dropped on Tesla. And Tesla is basically, I think Tesla pushed the clearance button and is like, we need to get rid of all these lease returns because we have way too money. We need the revenue. We can't sit on them. They finally realized they can't just sit on cars and make profit. They need to just clear house because it's probably like they're running out of storage or something. But definitely, thanks for watching. Please hit that like if you're enjoying it, and definitely hit that subscribe. If you want to support the channel, there's a buy a coffee link down below in the description. You can support it by support my drives for as little as $5. But just being here, you don't even have to do that. Just being here, watching, commenting, and also hitting the like goes a long way. So thank you for that. But hope everyone's having a great night, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the next one. See ya.